General information about lymphatic system, and lymphatic drainage from below of diaphragm, abdominal cavity, pelvis, and lower extremity. Till here, till page 308. Lymphatic system, what is it? I think you know that when blood pass through vessels, here it is artery, here it is vein, and between them, what is it? Capillaries. And in time when blood passes through capillaries, plasma leaves capillaries and goes to intercellular tissue. And here it is in tissues, we have exchange of gases, and then intercellular fluid goes back to blood capillaries and leaves through veins. And if 100% of blood come to capillaries, only 95% of fluid leaves through veins. 5% of fluid stay in tissues. And we need to remove this fluid from tissue. And this function performed lymphatic capillary. First differences between lymphatic and blood capillary. Lymphatic capillary is blind. One end of lymphatic capillary blind. In blood capillary, it opens in both sides, clear. And usually lymphatic capillary wider than blood capillary. Diameter of blood capillary is near of 20 micrometers. Lymphatic capillary 200 micrometers. And in blood capillary we have basal membrane, and above of basal membrane we have one layer of endothelial cells. In lymphatic capillaries, the same, we have endothelial cells, but complete basal membrane, here it is absent. Just these endothelial cells join together with the help of fibers of connective tissue. Complete basal membrane is absent. That is why a lymphatic capillary are more easy to absorb of water, of some proteins, fats, some microorganism can absorb into lymphatic capillary. Then lymphatic capillary continues into lymphatic postcapillary. It has basal membrane and it has valves. And lymphatic postcapillary continues into lymphatic vessel. And lymphatic vessels, the same like all other vessels, the same like arteries and veins, it has three coats. What is external coat in arteries and in veins? Adventitia, middle layer, tunica media, it is muscular coat, and inner coat, tunica intima. The same three layers present in lymphatic vessels, adventitia, tunica media, tunica intima. But what is the differences between them? They are thinner. Differences only in thickness of these layers, of these coats. Thickest wall where? In artery, thinnest in lymphatic vessel, and middle size in veins. And the same like veins, lymphatic vessels has valves. That is why lymph flow only in one direction. Then lymphatic vessel interrupts with lymph nodes. This lymph node will carry lymph to lymph node, that is afferent lymph node, and from lymph node start afferent lymphatic vessel. And this vessel, the same, can interrupt with lymph nodes, maybe 3 rows of lymph nodes on the way of lymph, and then large lymphatic vessels, which already not interrupts with lymph nodes, has name lymphatic trunks. And we have only 4 trunks, constant trunks. Sometimes maybe fifths, but usually 4 trunks. In abdominal cavity, we have right and left lumbar trunks, truncus lumbalis. They join together and forms thoracic duct, ductus thoracicus. In the beginning, thoracic duct has dilation that is cisterna highly. And then thoracic duct, it passes through diaphragm together with aorta, behind of aorta, and opens where is place where thoracic duct opens into venous system. What is this place? This place where internal jugular vein joined with subclavian vein has name venous angle. And thoracic duct opens into left venous angle. And another lymphatic duct, that is right lymphatic duct, ductus lymphaticus dexter. It opens into right venous angle. And that is lumbar trunk, I already said. What else? We have jugular trunk, truncus jugularis, from head and neck. Subclavian trunk, truncus subclavius. And bronchomediastinal trunk, truncus bronchomediastinalis. These three trunks on the left side opens into thoracic duct, and thoracic duct opens into the venous angle. And the same three trunks on the right side, right jugular, right subclavian trunk, and right bronchomediastinal trunks, they opens into right lymphatic duct. And right lymphatic duct opens into right venous angle. It is left venous angle. Clear it is? And now, lymphatic drainage from some organs. For example, that is food, big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Lymphatic vessels on the foot, the same like veins, consist of superficial and deep vessels. Superficial vessels conduct lymph from skin and subcutaneous fat. And superficial vessels from big toe, from second, and from third goes together or near of vena saphena magna. Remember where vena saphena magna opens into the what? Into the femoral vein, where? In hiatus saphenous, below of inguinal ligament. That is why superficial vessels from first, second, and third toes, and from middle side of the foot and leg, together with vena saphena magna, goes to superficial inguinal lymph nodes. Superficial inguinal. That is first. First lymph node on the way of lymph has name original lymph node. And original lymph node from big toe, that is superficial inguinal. If infection come to big toe and passes with lymphatic vessels, this microorganism goes to first lymph node in below of inguinal ligament, superficial inguinal. Superficial vessels from fourth and fifth toes goes to together with vena saphena parva, and vena saphena parva opens into what? Into popliteal vein. That is why original lymph node from these two toes, that is popliteal lymph node. And lymphatic vessels from all deep structures, from muscles, from ligaments, from capsules of joints, together with deep lymphatic vessels, also goes to popliteal lymph nodes. Then, from popliteal and from superficial inguinal, lymph goes to deep inguinal. From deep inguinal goes to external iliac. from external iliac, common iliac, from common iliac into lumbar lymph nodes, and lumbar lymph nodes continues into lumbar what? Trunk. Then thoracic duct, and what? Left venous angle. Clear? That is lymphatic drainage from lower extremity, from organs of pelvis. For example, this is rectum. That is rectum. And canalis analis. From upper part of rectum, which vein start from upper part of rectum?
Superior rectum.
Vena rectalis superior, and it goes to vena
Inferior mesenteric.
mesenteric inferior, and lymph goes to inferior mesenteric lymph nodes. From inferior mesenteric lymph nodes, lymph goes to lumbar trunk, then thoracic duct, and then left venous angle. That is one way. Then from middle part of rectum, lymph goes to internal iliac lymph nodes. It is in front from rectum, and behind of rectum, sacral lymph nodes, lympha nodi sacralis. From both of them, from internal iliac and from sacral lymph nodes, lymph goes to common iliac, then lumbar lymph node, then truncus lumbalis, ductus thoracicus, and left venous angle. And from inferior part of canalis analis, from anus, lymph goes to what? Who remember? Superficial inguinal, then deep inguinal, external iliac, common iliac, lumbar lymph nodes, lumbar trunk, thoracic duct, and left venous angle. From uterus, if we speak about uterus, from upper part of uterus, from fundus of uterus, the same like from fallopian tube and from ovary, lymph goes to, goes to lympha nodi lumbalis, lumbar lymph nodes. Then truncus lumbalis, ductus thoracicus, left venous angle. From middle part of rectum and from uterus, you're right. From body and cervix of uterus, lymph goes to internal iliac. From internal iliac into common iliac, lumbar lymph nodes, truncus lumbalis, ductus thoracicus, and left venous angle. From upper part of vagina, the same, into internal iliac, but lower part of vagina, the same like external female genital organs, lymph goes to superficial inguinal lymph nodes, deep inguinal, external, common iliac, lumbar nodes, truncus lumbalis, thoracic duct, and left venous angle. Okay? In abdominal cavity. It is the liver. 3 ways of lymphatic outflow from liver: anterior part, anterior, middle, and posterior. From anterior part, lymph goes to hepatic lymph nodes. From middle part, this is diaphragm, and below of diaphragm we have phrenic lymph node, and above of diaphragm we have nodi lymphatids parasternalis, parasternal lymph nodes. And from posterior part we have celiac lymph nodes and posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. Then from hepatic, phrenic, and celiac lymph nodes, lymph goes to truncus lumbalis, then ductus thoracicus, and left venous angle. But from parasternal and posterior mediastinal lymph nodes, lymph goes to truncus, broncha, mediastinalis, and on the left side, thoracic duct and left venous angle, and on the right side, truncus, broncha, mediastinalis goes to right lymphatic duct and right venous angle. Okay? Now, stomach. In the stomach we have 4 ways of lymphatic drainage. From cardiac part, goes to parasternal lymph nodes into thoracic cage. And then also truncus bronchomediastinalis sinister thoracic duct and left venous angle, or truncus bronchomediastinalis dexter, right lymphatic duct and right venous angle. Then from fundus of stomach, it goes to splenic lymph nodes. From greater cavity of the stomach, first of all, gastroepiploic lymph nodes, and then superior mesenteric lymph nodes. And from pyloric part and lesser cavity, we have hepatic, celiac, and pyloric lymph nodes. And from all of them, hepatic, celiac, pyloric, superior mesenteric, and splenic, then lymph goes to lumbar trunk, thoracic duct, left venous angle. Something clear? My diagrams only for your understanding, not necessarily to draw, nothing. Just you should prepare general lymphology, structure of lymph node. Lymph node has capsule. Here it is hilum, place where blood vessels come to lymph node, and afferent lymphatic vessel leaves from lymph node. And in opposite side, that is afferent lymphatic vessels come to lymph node. And the capsule, we have subcapsular sinus, then cortical, medullar sinuses, and here it is portal sinus. Tissue of lymph node subdivides into cortex and medulla. We can see places where lymphocytes, or proliferation of lymphocytes, they develops in these places. Place where lymphocytes produced, they are red bone marrow and thymus. But places where they grow, where they goes to blood, first of all into lymphatic vessels, and with lymph it goes to blood, that is in lymphocytes, lymph node, that is peripheral organ of immune system, or peripheral lymphoid organ, the same like tonsils in pharynx, the same like lymphoid follicles, solitary and aggregate lymphoid follicles in intestine, and all of them are peripheral organs of immune system or peripheral lymphoid organs. And spleen, the same, peripheral lymphoid organ. Central lymphoid organ, they are red bone marrow and thymus. That is general lymphology, and lymphatic drainage below of diaphragm, from all organs below of diaphragm, through pelvis and lower extremity. We finish at 4:30, yes? Now stay here till 4:30, and I come here to say you goodbye at 4:30. Now you have time for